Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for November. I hope everybody's well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Libra out there. So guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Remember that this is a monthly reading, so it's predictive in nature. Guys, we're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at the month of November week by week, all the way to the end of November. Don't push yourself into anything that's not for you, but remember it's predictive. So a lot of you guys know I am also a Libra, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we have for November. I've had some great things that have been happening, so I'm hoping November is going to be wonderful for us all. All right, Spirit, what would you like Libra to know for November? All right, Libra, you're starting out with the Two of Wands in the reverse, and you have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So there might be somebody that has been new in your energy. You're deciding maybe that you don't want to go in that direction. In the past, we have the Nine of Cups. So you've been looking at what your wish fulfillment is. What is going to make you happy? If you guys have travel plans, they may not work out. Just so you know, if they're like in the current energy. So be aware of that. But I do feel like in the past, you guys have been in this solitary energy. You're figuring out what makes you happy. What is your wish fulfillment? And you're actively going out and seeking it. I feel like you may have had to move in another direction from something here in your past in order to find your wish fulfillment. So I do feel like you're coming through with a rather contented energy. There could be a newer connection that hasn't worked out. Let me see. Why is all this happening for Libra? Oh, because you had a tower moment. Yeah, you had a tower moment here with somebody that you're no longer talking to, it looks like. Somebody you feel is immature. Somebody you feel is childish. They have temper tantrums when things don't go their way. Oh, this person was at one time a wish fulfillment for you, but you're moving in a different direction. What's on your mind is the Three of Pentacles. Contracts. This could be a spiritual contract. This could be, something to do with physical contracts, particularly if there's work related here. You're trying to lay your own foundation here. I see you creating a foundation. Cooperative energy, though. Let me see. A lot of you are focused on work right now. Let me see November for Libra. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, your money might not be exactly what you want it to be in the beginning of November, because I see somebody that is trying to kind of rob Peter to pay Paul, which is why I'm seeing you're very focused on work. You could have had an unexpected financial expense, but with the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like you're trying to find your own rhythm. You're trying to find your balance here. At the beginning of November, but we're going to look all the way through November. So let's see how you're showing up in this reading, Libra. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're showing up with great luck here. Things are moving in a positive direction. I like that. Let's see the energy coming towards Libra in November. You're showing up as being lucky. I'm hearing chosen for somebody. All right, so the energy coming towards you is the Hermit in reverse. You could be a Virgo, but this is somebody who may have ghosted you in the past. They could be reappearing. Could just be a Virgo. We'll clarify it, but it is somebody that wants to talk to you, wants to communicate. Somebody that may have been soul searching, trying to figure things out. Let me see Spirit's advice for Libra. Show me Spirit's advice for Libra in November. The Sun. Spirit is saying things are going to come to light. Happiness is coming towards you. I like this, Libra, because here you are trying to get to your balance, trying to figure out things. You're trying to create your own stability here, your own foundation. And you're coming in as a wheel of fortune. You've turned that wheel. Things are moving in your favor. And then Spirit is saying the sun is here. Happiness is here. New beginnings, you know, clarity. I love this. Let me see the outcome at the end of November for Libra. Yeah, you're moving away from chaos. Six of Swords. You're moving towards peace. And a lot of you are not going to be moving by yourself in that journey either. Yeah, like it's almost like you've taken a stand here and you're moving towards peace, away from chaos. I love it. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups in the reverse. This is underlying energy. Now that does indicate that you could have somebody who is a missed opportunity, or you thought it was a missed opportunity, and this person could be coming back in. I'm seeing indications of that. This would be somebody, though, that you felt was not really, you know, giving you the respect that you deserve. So I do feel like this is somebody you're not currently talking to. You went in a different direction, or you felt that they did. And I feel like this person could be coming back into your energy. I feel like this is somebody you're thinking about. The more you try not to think about them, the more you do, you know. So let's clarify your reading, Libra. Spirit, why is the Two of Wands in reverse for Libra? Page of Pentacles. All right, so that's new energy. Yeah, you've chosen to go towards some new energy here. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse? All right, we have the Six of Wands. Oh, you have options. We have the King of Pentacles reverse and the Page of Cups. All right, so guys, you have a lot of options here. So I feel like you had an ending. There was somebody that you thought was your wish fulfillment. And I feel like that person either went in a different direction or you decided to. You got really honest and clear about what it was that you wanted here in life. And I feel like that created an ending with somebody that was rather immature. Somebody that wasn't providing, you know, commitment here, possibly. Now, that ending actually launched you into more success in getting what it is that you wanted. And I see that you have options. You have at least 3 options here. But I also feel like you're not committing to any of these. Yeah. You could have an earth sign, a water sign, but you definitely have options. You're looking at what's going to make you the most successful. Let me see the Tower. Why is the Tower here? Yeah, you're tired of fighting. Seven of Wands reverse. You're tired of feeling powerless. So this situation from the past, you were feeling extremely powerless in this situation. It wound up becoming a Tower moment, and I do feel like you're just not willing to fight for whatever this was from the past. I feel like you did, and then you decided no. Let me see why the Nine of Cups is here. Yeah, they were deceptive. Somebody you thought was your wish fulfillment was deceptive, and it was discovered. So whatever it is already, the cat's out of the bag. You already know about it. That's what created the ending. It made you decide to go in another direction. You feel like this person is extremely immature, doesn't you know, provide any sort of stability. It looks like they were unfaithful. If they could have been in another connection, don't have to be, but it also shows me that they weren't providing commitment in this connection. So basically, you decided to move in another direction, created this Tower moment. You just decided you didn't want to deal with somebody that made you feel so powerless. And so I feel like you now have a lot of options. I literally see 2 or 3 options in your energy currently, because this is current energy. Now let's see why the Three of Pentacles is here. This is what's on your mind. Yeah, I'm hearing you can't see me for the dust of others chasing me. What's on your mind? Well, you want to recover the Tower in the reverse. why all this is happening is because you had a Tower moment. So now you're thinking about recovering, building something here from a solid foundation, something that's solid. You don't want to deal with somebody here who is unfaithful, who may have other connections, or is not providing any form of commitment. You don't want to deal with any of that energy. So you're very focused on what it is that you want. Yeah, and so I think that that's what forced you to begin to move in another direction here. But in doing so, it's opened up options for you, and you're very focused on, you know, having a stable connection, making sure it's built from the ground up in a very stable manner. So let's look at November for you, Libra. Show me November for the sign of Libra. Energy is flying out. All right, so we have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Five of Swords. The Magician. Justice. Hello, Libra. We have Temperance in reverse. Knight of Cups reversed. The Devil. That Devil always comes out in the Libra readings, doesn't it? All right, we have the Three of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Ah, the Empress. Hello, Libra. And we have the Eight of Cups reversed. So let's talk, Libra. All right, so I do see you kind of going into the month of November. You're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit. It does look like your finances aren't quite where you want them. Could have happened because of a poor investment at some point or impatience in an investment. But regardless, I do feel that, you know, a lot of you guys are kind of conserving money going into the month of November. I don't see you going out a lot. You're manifesting, and I feel like that's going to come about. Because we do see you winding up with the Empress by the end of the month. So I do feel like you're manifesting, but I can see a lot of you are kind of going into the month of November being very mindful of your finances, you know, fighting for what you believe is yours. Just wanting things to be balanced and equal. So as far as relationships, I feel like you're kind of juggling. You have different options here. I said I saw 3 or 4 in your current energy. That being said, I feel like you're not really, I don't know where you're meeting these people, but a lot of you guys in the first week of November, you're kind of keeping to yourself. Yeah, you're fighting, I'm hearing fighting private battles, fighting battles that no one knows about. I do feel like, you know, you're not having any kind of third-party energy. I can see that. But I feel like you're dealing with something here that you feel was a bad investment. Something that caused a lot of chaos, something that caused fights and conflict. And I see you kind of processing that in the first week of November. Now, that being said, I feel like you're going to fight for your manifestations. You're standing up for yourself here. You're standing up for what it is that you want, what it is that you believe you deserve. And you're manifesting those things as well. And I feel like you're going to get them. I do feel like you're going to get them. In the second week of November, I see something magical happening here. It could be legal. Something that you've been manifesting legally might be panning out for you in the second week. I see you kind of taking your power back. I see that you're very strong. You're coming in the second week of November. You're coming in very strong. However, that being said, I feel like you're turning down a love offer that's not balanced in the middle of the month. Yeah, there's something about it that's not balanced, or you could be dealing with somebody that you feel is toxic, or they may just be a Capricorn. But I feel like you're going to wait. You want to wait for something that's grounded. There's something here in the middle of the month you're turning down because you don't feel like it's grounded. You don't feel like it's going to actually lead you to where you want it to be. And that's either because, you know, it's toxic, or it could just be something that's just somebody has breadcrumbed you. It's not a balanced connection. And I see you turning it down. And it's because you've stepped in your power. It's because you're manifesting what it is that you want. You're still doing some healing around the middle of the month. Yeah, there's definitely still some healing over a love issue, it looks like. Something that got pretty toxic. So in the third week of the month, you're going to have a strong attraction to somebody here. I do see somebody who is slowly entering your life, somebody who is moving in a very grounded but slow manner. And I do see that this is somebody that you have an attraction to this person. And I feel like it catches you by surprise. Yeah, there's somebody slowly moving into your life in the third to fourth week. It's what you've been waiting for here, Libra. Yeah. Something you've been waiting for. Now, some of you have somebody from the past that's coming back into your energy, somebody who has been moving very slow, and that's because this person has identified you as the Empress. This person recognizes, Libra, that you are seated in your power, that you are drawing and attracting things to you, that you have all these other suitors, and this person is coming back into your energy. And I definitely see that for most of you Libras, but there's also this energy of somebody that you have been drawing to you, and it's the love that you've been waiting for. It's somebody that is grounded, that, things are going to move very slowly. So I see definitely somebody from the past and several people that are new in your energy. What I really like is by the end of the month, you are in this Empress energy. You're in your power. We see you kind of all through the month of November taking your power back here, creating the life that you want. I definitely feel like, by the end of the month, you are in this Empress energy, and I love that for you. You know your value. You know your self-worth. You're not really accepting anything that is not exactly what it is that you want, and neither should you. So, all right, let me see your energy. So far, I'm loving your energy, Libra. Show me Libra's energy in this reading. Show me Libra's energy in this reading. All right. All right, so 4 of coins, the Hermit. Now, that's the energy that's coming towards you. And then we have the 9 of Wands. So, Libra, you've been holding on to someone here that may have ghosted you, or you may have ghosted them. Somebody that you haven't been talking to. You've been holding on to this person, but I feel like you're getting tired. I feel like you don't trust this person. I feel like you've gone within, you've been looking for your own answers, and now you've kind of put up this guard. It's like, okay, I will work things out with you, but I don't trust you. So I do feel like you are focused on this person. That may be what's drawing this person from the past back into your energy. Strong ghosting energy. Somebody who, kind of had you feeling pretty stuck for a while. I do think that you've been holding a little grudge here. I think that you are guarded with this person. You're not currently talking to this person. But I feel like it's almost like you feel that this person's going to show up. And for a lot of you, they are. But I also feel like this person has hurt you deeply. I feel like whatever has taken place between you and this person has gone on for a long time, and it's wounded you. And now the trust is not here. So I feel like you're going to be turning the page on this person. Let's look at their energy, because they showed up in your energy. They're showing up here as the energy coming towards you. Whoever this is somebody that you definitely have strong, some sort of strong connection with. Why is the Hermit in reverse for the energy coming towards Libra? All right. Yeah, they're not speaking. 4 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Queen of Pentacles. That would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So, yeah, this is somebody that is not currently speaking to you. They could be in another connection. We saw that earlier. But I feel like this person does want to talk to you. They're wishy-washy. They're going back and forth. Should they talk to you? Should they not? You know, should they contact you? Should they not? They want to talk to you, but this person can't seem to make a decision to save their life. This is somebody who I do feel is focused on their money right now. Definitely thinking about their money. But they're just wishy-washy. This person, they're at crossroads, it looks like. I feel like they definitely want to talk to you. There was ghosting that took place. I can see that in your energy and theirs. And so they might be a little hesitant about coming back towards you. It does appear that this person is in some other connection, though. Let me see what Spirit's advice is. Why is the Sun here? All right, so we have the Sun in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor in reverse. So Spirit is saying that you're coming out of this situation that made you unhappy. There was darkness here. There was loss. There was a feeling of being rejected, feeling of abandonment, a situation that spun out of control. Some of you with an Aries. For others of you, this is with a divine masculine. And I feel like this was a situation that led to so much unhappiness. Spirit is saying it's almost over. You're coming out of that energy in this month. And I see it here in your energy too, because you're tired of dealing with it. You're tired of dealing with somebody who has treated you in such a disrespectful manner. You know, somebody that's tried to treat you like an option, it looks like. And I feel like, yeah, you shouldn't treat a Libra like an option. That's kind of funny. Yeah, you should not do that because Libras don't take to it too kindly. Libras are like fire, you know. You treat them with care or they will burn you the heck up. So, yeah, you're tired of dealing with it. You're turning over a new leaf. Spirit is saying it's time. And all of these things that were causing you this pain, these feelings of rejection, these feelings of abandonment, these feelings of a situation out of control, dealing with somebody who couldn't commit or wouldn't commit, possibly somebody who was in another connection and not faithful in that connection. Spirit's saying it's over. It's over. The sun is going to shine. You have these new beginnings. And you're focused very much on your own stability. So I feel like this is a transitional month for you, Libra, but it looks great. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of November. All right, so we have Judgment reversed. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So you're cutting things out of your life here that are not going to lead to peace. Yeah, you're angry. You're angry about the chaos. You're angry about, you know, people judging you or people, you know, treating you unfairly. There's a sense here of you wanting justice. I feel like you're cutting somebody out of this equation. Wheel of Fortune here is in the reverse. Anything that doesn't lead you to what it is you're looking for, you're cutting it out. If it's unfair, if it keeps you stuck, you're cutting that out. I do see that there is a particular situation that you feel you made a poor judgment call in the past, and this is something that you're eliminating from your life as well. These are things that are causing you to have chaos in your life, and you're just not having it. So I see you getting very firm. You don't even want to talk to anybody that is going to bring anything other than peace in your life. So kudos to you, Libra. I love this. I do love this. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. And yet, in spite of that, you are still open and loving. Your heart is open. You have a loving heart. You're just being very choosy about what it is that you accept in, or what and who you accept into your life. So I think this is a great reading. I think November is going to be a transitional month. You could be running into Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that may catch your attention. But this looks really good. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Pulling for Libra. Guidance for Libra. All right, Libra, you have memories of the forgotten self. So give me a second and I'm going to read that for you. When did you forget all of who you are, my dear one? When did you begin to believe what others say is true of you and turn away from the quiet certainty of the internal voice, the voice of your soul calling you back to remember all of who you were? Did it become too difficult? Did it seem that others perhaps knew more than you, more than the ancient self who has traveled with you for millennia? Can you now see that it's impossible for another to know you better than the voice of your own immortal soul? At whatever time it was that the voice of your soul was smothered, it never was quiet, and it found its way through the labyrinth of self-doubt and fear until it rose up within you. It is now with you, the forgotten self, urging you to remember, showing you scenes of who you once were in this lifetime, the visions you had as a child, the times you stood firm in your own trust and belief in yourself. It will first whisper to you of the truths of the soul, sharing the secrets of who you are, reviving memories and dreams of other times and within this lifetime. Then that voice will grow stronger, showing you moment after moment until you, bright soul, finally remember. And at that moment, which is coming for you, your own voice and the voice of your soul will entwine as one, and you will no longer be who others feel you should be. You will incarnate again in this lifetime as a once forgotten self, now remembered and alive and present. Ah, that is powerful. Makes me proud to be a Libra. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Libra. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you have the ability to hype it, please do so. And until I see you in your next reading, know that you are loved, Libra, and namaste.